actually I don't want to go live. Así que, espera, ¿cómo me puedes desinvitar? Saca. ¡Ay, hola, Lu! Ya somos tres. Esto podría ser una reunión del club. Wait.
You're really live.
I know, but my audience is in Spanish. Your audience is in English. That's fine. Okay, so doesn't matter. I can go live. People will
Yeah.
laugh. That's fine. Okay.
And we can delete you.
That's
So, yeah, we actually have some people watching that. So,
we can actually wait for people to join us. Okay, so I'm all yours, Juan. It's my pleasure to be here.
no, thank you for joining. I think it's great. And I guess I told you, like, super cool that we can do this live and share it with other people. Because every time we talk, it's like a super enrichment conversation and super powerful. So yeah, I'm sure we can just some very good tips and good stories. Having some mate. Nice.
Yes, for all the Danish people maybe watching, because you are now live from Denmark. I'm in Spain, but I'm Argentinian, as we all know, and we drink yerba mate. We could actually talk about how beneficial, how healthy yerba mate it is. It's like a tea, okay? So typical from people from Argentina and Uruguay, or hot water in here. Wait. Of course, this doesn't work. No. It wasn't open. Don't laugh at me.
Like stuff.
Fantastic. It's a stimulant, so it works really well in the morning. I'm not a coffee person, at least not yet. I'm a tea and mate person.
I think that's a cool thing. What do you think about kombucha? I'm literally trying kombucha.
I like it because it comes from natural sources, fermented sources.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's wonderful for the microgut. Now there is a huge thing behind the microgut, the importance of it, and the relationship between the brain and the microgut, as you know. So I think it's a really great option, kombucha.
Yeah, lately I've been just okay, maybe instead of 4 coffees, then I can have a kombucha or something else.
Do you brew it? Do you do it yourself, the kombucha?
No. Not into that.
Because apparently what I've been told, people,
Sure, it's a lot better. Yeah, I can imagine.
The little thing grows and grows and grows, and you have like a new pet at home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be too much, I think, at the moment. Enough pets.
Enough pet. You have 2 kids. What are the ages of your kids right now? I'm actually doing the interview to you right now.
Yeah, well, she's 4 and 8 months. I mean, one is 4.
8 months.
Another one is 1 month.
So you're aging faster right now, right?
Yeah, totally. And girl with more hair, white hair than ever.
Like, soccer coaches, volleyball or coaches in general, and presidents after their tenure, they have aged themselves a lot. It's like you, like growing up, like raising your kids.
Yeah, I got the season that I was really, getting okay. That's gonna be.
How much is your little one sleeping, like in a row?
The small one, nothing. 2 hours maybe. And today the less because he was sick, so yeah.
I hear you, my friend.
It was not the best
night. My heart. Yeah, I thought that today I didn't do really well because I only slept like almost 7 in a row, so I wasn't.
Could be better. You can do more than that.
Okay, here we are. It's 11:04.
So, first I want to introduce you to our audience. Oh, nice. I see some people that I don't even know, so that's very cool. I guess they're your friends. Delfi is one of my mentors and a person that kind of made me a coach. I was going to be a coach. I just didn't know it was going to be volleyball. And so was the one, hey, you know, you're gonna coach volleyball now, and yeah, I think that was very successful. It was 15 seasons. I recently stopped, but you never really stop. And and as I said at the beginning, it's every conversation we have is yeah, I really always get something to think about, and I somehow grow. So yeah, we just wanted to share one open with everybody. So first question, let us know who you are and how you became that person in brief. So yeah,
Yes, of course.
I know that can be a long one, but
No, as I've been giving some clues, I'm Argentinian. I immigrated to Spain when I was 22, so a long time ago, almost half of my life, I lived here in Spain. I played volleyball growing up, and then since the age of 18, also a long time ago, I started coaching. For me, coaching or developing people is who I am, is what I do on the different roles. I always said that I always tell people that my bills get paid by being a PE teacher, but that doesn't mean that I don't like it. I love it. I love to be surrounded by teenagers, helping them to develop a positive relationship with physical activity. And so I do a bunch of other things around volleyball, around sports, and I would say that except in a kind of mental difficult period of my life, I've been always active, always. I love sports. For me, if I'm not playing because it's difficult sometimes to continue to play when you have seen yourself pushing your limits. So for fun, it's a difficult one for me, but playing is what keeps me alive and where my actual soul is. And I guess that's what happens with kids, and at some point we lose that. But if not, it's coaching. At this moment of my life, when I'm on the side, either training or games, I would say more in training, because in trainings you are teaching, and I love that part. I love the teaching factor involved in coaching volleyball, coaching under 18. So coaching is when I'm most alive. It's like when I feel, okay, I'm living my dream. And it doesn't matter the category that I coach. It doesn't matter. I mean, the age, of course, there are more, one that suits me better than another one, at least in this period of my life. But yes, and as anybody, I've been working on evolving myself first of all, as a human being, and that works in other areas like knowledge related, health related, values related, nutrition, exercise, so many areas. So that's where we are right now.
okay. Yeah, I'm interested in what you said with the yeah that focus on developing people and I also say like you have a very like some passion for competition.
I I love competing, but I love to be better than who, better than me. For
Yeah.
me, I'm always competing against my own version, who I was before, who I was yesterday. For me, that's why it's fun when I make mistakes, because now I'm gonna get it. It's not about winning.
Mhm.
I love winning. I love the feeling of we did it together. I love that. But for me, when I'm doing anything, it's like, okay, when I'm focusing in the gym on, I don't know, pull-ups, push-ups, whatever, it's like, okay, let's see if I can do one more than yesterday.
Mhm.
And nobody's watching, nobody cares. I don't even care at the end of the day, but I do care about being better than yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like I mean, suppose like volleyball, people get sometimes like super competitive at any level, and I think sometimes we miss that fact of okay, well, actually we just want to improve, and we need or not. It, I mean, depends a lot on the opponent, so you kind of control that. You
Exactly. I love what you
can,
just said. There are two things. First, the opponent also trains, and you don't know how much the opponent trains or what happens in the life of your opponent. Maybe, I don't know, you have the daughter of a master volleyball player, and she's been playing for ages. Maybe they train 3 times what you train. There's so many factors. Maybe the referee makes a bad call, and he's allowed or she's allowed, entitled to do that because they make so many decisions, or they take so many decisions during the game. So we cannot control that. That's why what we can control for me is our own path, and also being nice to ourselves. Maybe today I cannot do more than yesterday or better. Well, let's try to do it smarter than yesterday, and understand the things that we can control. That's what you said.
Yeah, nice point. Yeah, like more with growing than like competing, and yeah, in that sense, I think that's very, very important. Super. That was a good intro, I think. But now talking about the health and fitness, and a bit, you can give me a bit of a personal point. What are your main 3 focus points at the moment? Because I hear you talking a lot about nutrition and sleeping and lifting
Yeah.
weights. So what are your main
So
focus?
if we talk about my focus right now, I'm gonna, of course, everything related to healthy habits. There is no short answer. First of all, it's a path of evolution. Yes, of course, never short. For me, my main one thing is to keep building my consistency with what I call the foundation of health, the pillars. For me, sleep. I'm a huge fan of developing good sleeping habits. No endorsement here, but I've been using the Aura Ring for the past 3.5 years, and it has helped me to get to know where I'm at, okay, and how can I modify that with my own behavior. So it has helped me to establish some parameters. 3 years ago, I was sleeping roughly 6 hours every night. I was finishing coaching very late and still waking up for work. Now I'm focusing on, I'm shooting normally between 7:30, and between 8. For me, I'm also right now focusing on getting the most of my, not the most, but being consistent with going to sleep before 12. And in Denmark, this can be obvious. In Spain, yeah, in June, you know what is to have the sun up there, and at 10:30 in June.
Yeah.
So
well, we know that here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys also know about that one too. So I've been consistent with 10:15, 10:30, heading to bed. By 11, I'm asleep. And so that's, first of all, the consistency with my foundation of health, sleep. Then the second element where I'm trying to be super consistent is inside nutrition, protein intake. Okay. I'm already in my 40s, and you know what happens with perimenopausic woman, and how that affects our bones, okay, and how our hormones, as usual, woman hormones are always doing things up and down. I always have a struggle also with gaining muscle. So for me, my protein, with the next thing that I will talk about, and focusing on that, even when I travel, I have discovered this summer that it's very common in Italy and in Greece to buy packages of protein whey. I don't see it here in the in the little supermarkets, but over there I will get my like yogurt or kefir, buy a few packages, and I don't miss whatever amount of protein I'm trying to hit. So being consistent, even if I travel. And the third element is exercise. We could talk a lot about it. Okay, you are an expert on it, but for me, it's again that piece of consistency. Every single day, I have to move. Now, how I move is also important. in my case, okay, since I said I struggle a bit with muscle gains, and especially having the age that I have, I'm lucky enough that I grew up weightlifting because of volleyball. Maybe we can explore that later. But weightlifting is a big on my program, okay? And also now I'm focusing more on power. And of course, hitting my VO2 maximum for my age or for what I want, but also power, oxygen power. And thanks to you, I have it on my mind that I need to make little jumps, okay, to get my bones, my ankles, my ligaments stronger. So that's kind of my next focus, my focus for this season. I already started this August because from August to June. So exercise, the consistency. I've been traveling now, and for the first time, I've been traveling for my summer, and for the first time, I've been going to gyms. Okay, if I'm in another country, I was in Italy, I go to the gym. I was in Greece, I signed up with a gym day pass. I go to the gym. If I cannot join a gym or if I want to train outdoors, I go to a calisthenic part. Okay, so that's my foundation of health, my consistency in this moment of my life with these three areas: sleeping, nutrition, and exercise.
That's awesome. And isn't it fun, like when you travel to also, explore the gyms and see what's in there?
It's super fun. So when I was in Italy, I was in the center of Milan, and I had the opportunity to go to the headquarters of Techno Gym because they're there, and you get to see the latest machines. Oh my God! I mean, I wish I had like spare 5,000 euros to buy these amazing treadmills or rowing machines with these big screens with Netflix on it. Okay, it's not that you have to put your iPad there and make sure that it doesn't fall when you're running. No. They make it so easy for you. Then when I was in Athens, I went to this gym that it really reminded me of a gym that I used to have in my club where I grew up. A bit more, I will call it vintage.
Yeah, it looked like something in the 90s.
Stuck in the 90s. But I love it. The owner was there, and I love that feeling of I would say, vintage machines.
Yeah.
I love that one. And also, it allowed me to explore other gym chains. I've never been on Anytime Fitness, which is a huge 24 hours gym. And I went to one in in Verona. So yeah, it gives me also that opportunity.
Yeah, that sounds very good. I think it's like a nice practice to do, and also to see it because you might get used to one kind of gym, and then you can see also, okay, the people doing different things, and maybe a CrossFit box or whatever, and then see, okay, there is more out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very interesting.
Now that you were talking about the lifting and when you started playing volleyball and so on, when did you start lifting weights?
I started lifting weights at 13.
At 13, okay.
13. I'm super lucky because, first of all, it doesn't come from my family. I want to be clear. It's not that my parents were very athletic and they took me to lift weights or play sports. Not at all. My parents would be kind of unhealthy, I would say, smoking. My dad maybe will go on runs, but not when I was a kid, maybe after life. I have 3 siblings, especially my 2 sisters. I love them to death, but they smoke, drink coffee, and I'm not saying coffee is very unhealthy, but they are sedentary in general people. And I'm the youngest, so my role models were not active. So at some point, I was very bored at home, and I asked my mom. I already kind of was in love with volleyball because somebody came to school and taught us the sport. So I asked my mom if I could join a club. Clubs are very common in Argentina. And there I was super lucky my coach was a very serious professional coach. And once you started to train with the JV team, Cadete under 16, you start lifting.
Okay.
And they will teach you the basics. You will have your routine with your, I don't know, let's say 10 exercises where you will build that strength. And then from day one, okay, front squat. Okay, so at the age of 13, even with a little stick, wooden stick, I would start doing my my squats. And also we have somebody, a person that the actual person that worked in the gym, he used to be a physio, no, not physio, a culturist.
Okay.
Okay. How do you call that?
Bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder. I'm sorry. Yes, he used to be a bodybuilder, and he knew a lot. But for me, more than the knowledge is, I felt that nobody was actually looking at me. I didn't feel that I didn't belong to the gym. They were all the volleyball girls, all the older girls lifting. So I grew up with maybe something really strange, that is girls lifting around me, women lifting around me. And I even recall older women, like older, even younger than what I'm now, but whatever, but lifting heavy. And they were not bodybuilders, they were normal women who love sports. So for me, that was like, oh, so good, because there is no, I cannot do that. It's like, it's normal, it's common, you lift.
Yeah. So it's like you're very lucky in that, because, yeah, it's something like it's not so normalized, not even yet.
Yeah.
And it's like you just got something normal when you were 13, and then it has been like a normal thing to your life, and then.
Well. Yeah. There's I'm sure you heard it. There's a term coined that says gym intimidation.
Yeah. Because this is kind of scary when you don't belong to, or you feel.
Exactly. You think exactly, and for me that's important to teach girls in my PE classes, my high school girls who are 14, 15, 16, to teach them how to work around a gym, how to work around a rack, how to do a squat, a deadlift, so they feel more comfortable. Because at some point, I feel more or less everybody's going to go to the gym at least and pay a membership once in their lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny. I was talking with a client yesterday or 2 days ago. I mean, she's over around 35, has been doing many sports before, and she told me, hey, actually something that has been very good is that my gym got new machines, and I felt the confidence to go and just try them on my own, because I felt like I could do that and I have fun with that. So it really goes a long way to, I mean, for you will be something supernatural to see a new machine. Okay, I want to try it, and you don't. You won't stop thinking. Okay, maybe something is looking at me. Will I do wrong? I mean, sure, you will do wrong, and you will learn it, and and then you have one more thing that you can use.
Yes, and you know what? I'm gonna go like a bit gender on this next thing that I'm gonna mention. What I tell the girls is, don't worry, guys don't do everything right in the gym. When I go to the commercial gyms, and you probably seen so many things, but you probably seen this stereotype of guys with big butts, big arms, big shoulders, and skinny legs.
Yes,
so
of course.
What I tell the girls is, they think they know what they're doing. They don't know anything sometimes. So just to joke around and make them feel more comfortable. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not know. It's okay to ask, but at least try it. Try it. Go. Allow yourself to not know. Even for me, I've used for the first time in this trip the hip thrust techno gym machine. I love it. I would do the hip thrust, this exercise with the barbell and the weights on the side, Okay, but the machine, I've never tried it. And I was there like, okay, man, and I know how to work myself around the gym,
Yeah.
but what do you do here? What do you there? And you start like, boo, 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 boo. So I understand that mentality of feeling that people are paying attention. Nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a very the last two, like nobody really cares and everybody has been into the spot.
Yeah,
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 nice. So at 13, that was, yeah. I mean, I wish everybody, I mean, I wish I did that as well. Like I did
yeah.
that stuff when I was like
And
20 something, like 22, 23. So,
I love Juan. I've seen you doing the mobility stuff.
hmm
Um, all the mobility stuff that you do, I love it. And actually, I think we are understanding that that should be kind of part of our routines, getting more mobile on our joints, hip joints, shoulder joints, and all our joints. And to link it to what we were talking, I would now do the bear walk, this whatever I call it,
hmm
these different modalities that people in a gym don't know about it. And you are the strange person, and I don't care
Total.
because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good for me. That's it. Um, so I will encourage women and people in general. And sometimes this is now it's coming to my mind. I'm saying woman, but also because it should be, oh, you're a guy, you know how to work your way in a gym.
Yeah.
No,
Not always.
it
No.
doesn't come with the gender. Okay, so if you're a man, if you're a person, if you've never been in a gym, go to the gym. Is going to allow you also to gain confidence, to know how your body works, to get to know what are your limits, and to push through your limits. Of course, all the healthy habits that you're going to gain, because when you feel good, you're gonna do more than that. At some point, you're gonna look good, and I think whatever that look good is for each one of us, it is important that for us, I feel, we look good.
Yeah.
So the best day to start the gym was yesterday. The second best day is to join a
Today.
gym or to work out with lift weights today.
hmm Yeah, you're right. Like the looking the strengths on the gym is fine. I mean, at some point you need to just don't care. I mean, I've been that guy many times, like just doing with the stuff in my warm up. But but yeah, of course, I have the confidence. I know what I'm doing, or I pretend to know what I'm doing. And then yeah, I don't care too much. But I understand like some people are like, okay, I don't want to do that because everybody's gonna look at me like, well, you're doing the best you can for your goals and be healthy. So something we need to
Are
build
you
on.
working on any new exercise, Juan, and you think like, oh my God, what am I doing? Or at some point, like, I don't
Mm,
know, I'm working on handstands right now, let's say.
yeah, okay. No, Lily, no, maybe something for the climbing to be hanging on one hand and kind of drop and then switch to the other one and drop kind of slowly, like try kind of slow things that make you keep the tension for a bit and especially on the yeah, the grip strength and stuff like that. I would say nothing too crazy, but still might look a bit strange from outside.
Exactly. From the outside, like, what is this guy doing? Is he like allowing himself to drop from the, how do you call it? The little things in English, the grips. What do you call
Yeah.
it? Las presas. I
Oh,
forgot.
the whole, yeah,
The holes.
yeah,
Okay. What is this guy doing? Dropping from the holes?
yeah, yeah. So just hanging, yeah. But well, it's fun. And also like kettlebell stuff is not still not so common to see in the gym, like kettlebell flows and stuff. And I think it's so much fun and gives you like a connection with the whole body that everything needs to be on the same flow. So yeah,
Yeah,
probably those are
even
the weirdest things I'm doing now.
yeah, yeah, even a very common exercise like the Turkish get up.
Mm.
It's, there are a lot of people that don't know it.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
us, it's very common, and it's a great exercise. And some people might think, "What is that person doing? Oh my
yeah.
God!" Yeah, exactly. But you know what you're doing, and that's why going to the gym, we shouldn't be that cautious of what other people are
Yeah.
thinking about us.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I mean, the Turkish get is just amazing, and I got the best comments from moms saying, actually, when I'm holding my kid, I'm doing this same sequence every day, several times. So it really helps a lot to know how to stand up
Yes,
with a busy
so
hand.
true.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, moving on a bit. I wanted to ask you. I mean, we've been talking about that maybe a little bit, but what would be your best tip for those that wanna start to live? I mean, especially after hearing, listening to you, everybody is okay. I wanna go to the gym. How to take that step? Maybe
First of all,
what should be the mindset?
you
Okay,
know what? No, of course it's about the mindset, but allow yourself, I call it layer over layer.
mm-hmm,
Maybe the first step is to go and get your membership. Second layer, you go to the trainer, they will tell you 3 sets of 10 of whatever. Allow yourself to build that momentum. And for some people, that might look like 6 months, 9 months, and little by little, it's like, okay, every 2 times, 3 times a week, I'm gonna go to the gym. Maybe I don't even know what I'm doing. Who cares? Again,
mm-hmm,
join. And at some point, you're gonna start, like everything in life. We forgot that it took us 9 months to walk and almost 2 years to talk.
mm-hmm.
Things take time. And with
Yeah,
all the knowledge that we have on the internet right now, if you cannot afford a personal trainer, okay, uh, there are resources on the internet, but start. So my best tips for anybody struggling is go and join a gym. Allow yourself layer over layer to gain momentum to allow the process to happen. One of my biggest standard for me, or biggest elements in my life, is one new habit a year.
mm-hmm,
Before actually knowing what you do in a gym, you need to have this habit of working
yeah,
out. That's gonna take a lot of time. That's gonna take, like, some people want to start like, oh, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna sleep. No, no,
yeah,
it's little by little. It's a journey.
mm-hmm,
It's you have to allow yourself to evolve, and it's a journey. I was lucky enough that my journey started when I was really young, where I developed a love for sport and physical activity. But then that journey came to a halt when I stopped playing,
mm-hmm,
and it took me some years. I call it my darkest moment in terms of fitness and health. And then around when I was 28, 29, I would say like 14, 15 years ago, I started
mm-hmm,
again. And it was layer over layer, one habit per year. This year, I'm going to drop sugar, because whatever I wanted to drop sugar, my life. This year, I want to work out 2 or 3 times a week.
mm-hmm.
Now, for me, what does it look like after 14, 15 years? Almost my body craves working out, movement, makes me feel
Yeah,
good for my mental health first, for my body, for my energy. Uh, I eat healthier and healthier because I have allowed it to educate myself on that.
mm-hmm,
But it's a journey. It's not a one night
yeah,
success. No. So I allow everybody be patient. Okay, that's what my biggest tip is, that one.
mm-hmm. Thank you for that. So yeah, so sometimes many people like they want to do something, but then okay, how to start? That's always super tough.
For me, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you one
Go
thing.
for it.
It's not about setting goals. It's about setting habits.
Mm-hmm,
The goals will come. Don't worry about the goals, because the goals, as you said, it's not something that we can control. Maybe something happened in your life and you cannot, I don't know, work out in the morning like you used to. Maybe you have to have another job, take care of your elderly. Things change, but we need to adapt.
mm-hmm,
So since I cannot control the goal, I can try and do my best to control my habits, and my habits are not 100% written on stone. My habits are between 80 and 90%, and 20 and 10 that I will sleep off like this.
Yeah.
Is the consistency,
Hmm.
is the majority of the days. Now let me tell you, I know that if I don't eat healthy or work out for 2 days in a row, it becomes easier not to do it. So I don't allow myself
Yeah.
not to go 2 days without working out or eating healthy or hitting my protein goals or my numbers, I would say,
Yeah. So you can skip one. The
but
second
not
the
two.
second it's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
Nice. Something very interesting that I was talking with another coach the other day, and it was about that setting goals and so on. And he told me, of course, like if the goal is to, let's say, lose 5 kilos, great, but that's something you cannot control 100%. That's the outcome. That's going to be the result. So he was like, we should think about it in the way, like, what do you need to lose 5 kilos? Do you need to, again, eat healthy, go to the gym? Okay, that's the goal now. So mark as the goal the things that you can control, and, and then you'll see if that works. If it didn't, then well, then you need to use a different process. But you were still successful on accomplishing with the goals.
Yeah,
But
and
you were checking in all those goals, and then you didn't get the final result. Okay, then try different. But in most cases, you will still uh, still get it if you got the right process to get there. So it's a way of, I mean, I did the same thing, say different, like focus on the habits or make sure the goals are something you can control
I
100%.
think it's key. And how can you make sure that you're actually gonna hit those habits? For me, now in my life, it's key that I have fun
Mhm.
and that I challenge myself in whatever I do. Even this interview, for me, it's fun to do it. I know you from a long time ago. We prepare, and for me, it comes from my heart to do this with you and to talk about these topics. We don't need Instagram, but I think it makes it more fun.
Yeah,
And I don't care what people think, and the people who are listening are gonna watch it later, maybe. It's making sure that that process is fun, because it's
yeah,
fun. I want to repeat.
yeah. That's very important. I mean, that's probably I based my whole business on that, the fitness to enjoy. So it has to be fun. It has to be a good thing that you like to do because you should be doing it forever. So make sure you like it.
Yeah, and then there are other things. How do people like stuff? Well, when there is some variety, when you do it with
Mhm.
others, when you have a why, when you have purpose. Why am I doing this? Because it allows me to have energy with the people that I love.
Mhm.
So when when you can, I would say, break down what is fun, you have a
Yeah.
why. Why am I going to work out? Today I was working out at 6:45. I was doing my little yoga. Then I went outside during the sunrise. I was doing bear walk, Spider-Man, little cat. I don't know. I make up the names. Um, I, I was in the calisthenic part. I want to do everything before started to clean and have my interview with Juan. It was fun. And it was okay. I'm doing it for me. Yeah, but for me, it's not enough. I do it because I
No.
want energy with the people that I love during my everyday through all the activities that I do. The why.
Mhm.
Breaking down what is fun for each one of us.
No. Yeah, that's one of the keys to get you know, like a powerful goal. I call it like, of like, and I want to lose 5 kilos. Okay, but why? Like, how's that gonna make a difference? Because who cares about 5 kilos? To be honest. So finding the real purpose and what's gonna how's gonna change your life or your everyday. If once you get there, that's what actually get people to do things and be consistent. Otherwise, yeah, after 2 weeks, you will drop because you don't care about 5 kilos.
Totally. Even, I'm going to say it, even I don't care. But the minute I don't have energy, it's like, ugh, I want to have energy.
Yeah.
So energy is my thing on my mind that gets me going in the morning to work out.
Nice. And for anybody that doesn't know Delphi, she has a lot of energy. Yes.
I
Just
survived to staying with um, 3 kids who were 14, 10, and 8 over the last 4 days. Of course, kids from my friends doing exercise. The parents will go on naps. I will stay with the kids playing tennis, going to the
nice.
pool, to the beach. So there's, yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, it's energy for me is the thing.
Awesome. Good. So I have one more question for Delphi, the coach. Uh, Maybe more related to volleyball, but I guess then can apply to everything.
Yeah.
So what's your secret to keep players engaged all season long, and what you think that makes them come back the next season?
Let's see if everybody comes back first. No. Look, at the end of the day, and in this moment of my life, I realized something that I always had with me, but now that is like written here on my forehead, that is care. To care about the humans and individuals that I'm helping raising with their families, to care about their lives. And that pushes me to be a better person, a better coach, and to make the necessary changes that after 23 years, it might sound naive, makes me coach them from the heart. My coaching style has evolved, has changed, of course. It's been a long journey. It is a journey right now. I'm still on it, but to actually getting better at seeing them as the person that each of my players are, and trying to connect. And in that trying to connect, there are some of your players that, I mean, in general, I'm coaching under 18. For them, going to university next year, academics is a huge area. So I had to start to understand how that process works. I had to start to ask questions about school. I didn't care. When I was their age, I was a different person, in a different country with a different educational system. We wouldn't not talk about that much, or at least me, because I only care about volleyball back in those days. But I have a great group of responsible teenagers who care about that. And if I have to talk about that, we talk about that. If we need to talk about the latest horrible music that they listen, we talk about that. If it's allowing them to do some TikToks, even though I hate them, it's fine. So going around them and showing them that, hey, I care about you. I love you for who you are. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to push you so you can be better in real life. What we're doing here, it's they're like tries of real life for you when you go there and you develop your passion. Your passion is volleyball, fantastic. We go all the way. We're going to head it off immediately. But I'm not working on that. They're not mini professional players.
No.
They're teenagers. And I have to adapt. And I think I do a pretty good job when we are fooling around. I love to fool around with them. And then I'm their coach. I set boundaries. I set standards of action. But it's about care. It's those four letters are everything.
Awesome. And then they come back because you care.
Yes, but sometimes, let me tell you, especially when they join during their teenager or late teenage years, it's much more difficult than when they come from the entire grassroots program. Sometimes it's the families and me or the club, we're not aligned. We're not on the same path. We see different pictures. And while we from in the club, we see the picture of developing abilities to succeed in life, and how the social aspect plays a part, the academic aspect, the athletic aspect, the habits plays a part. They only see one area. So sometimes they don't come back. I'm gonna be honest, because parents think, oh, you are not putting all your hours, all your time, okay, in your academics. And of course, they don't mention social media, but that's another story. And so they see sports as something that takes time out of their academics. So sometimes they don't come back and they don't agree. And maybe I'm not good at communicating everything. So I'm working on being a better communicator with the families too.
Yeah, that probably could be. I mean, for me, I remember when I was a player in that age, I'm like, I don't think I ever missed a practice because I had to study. I was not a brilliant student, but I was an okay student.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Did your parents tell you anything regarding your academics and sports relationship? Like, Juan, you're going too much to futsal training, volleyball thing, or that, and you have to keep up with your studies, or
No. I mean, they were fully trusted, like I was doing what I had to do, I guess. And yeah, they were happy as long as I had good enough um, grades on my academics and so on. They wouldn't care how much I was going to training, I think. Or at least they never told me.
yeah.
But yeah, at that time I was practicing maybe 3 times a week and then playing 2 games in the weekend. So yeah.
So you said good enough. What's kind of the standard? My feeling is that sometimes girls and sometimes families have a higher standard than good enough, and I get it. I understand a lot of things. I try to see their vision, but there's so much value in the sports arena. I don't know. I feel sorry when a girl drops out of sports in general because of a thing that is completely manageable.
Yeah, I think like maybe it's not the topic today, but how much being active helps when you're studying and on the academics. Yeah. It really helps a lot to de-stress and to be a lot more efficient when you're reading. So for me, it was always a no-brainer. Maybe I used that as a cheap excuse, but it was true. I still I've been in my life last year coaching volleyball. It was mostly like uni students. I wasn't like, you miss a practice, you just have to read. Something is not really working. You should be able to do both things, and actually one thing helps the other. So you're totally losing a lot by missing practices. If putting that as an excuse.
Especially now when we are talking so much about mental health.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you add the social aspect of team sports or even training with others, I mean, yeah, it goes without saying all the good benefits that joining a club, a team, a sport can do for a teenager or anybody. That's why we're here.
Good. So it makes me think like maybe we should be better in communicating that on any sports clubs to say, okay, we should do this better. Make sure people understand all the benefits, and it's just not only getting in shape and having fun, but actually helps us at the court, makes you a better person and more efficient, and many other benefits.
Look, there are some reports out there from the consultancy company like EY and Deloitte, and especially focused on women. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I think I have the data, and not because we were talking, but just because we want to communicate better at the club. 94% of female executives play sports when they were younger. 94. We're talking about US.
Yeah.
Okay. 75% said that playing sport accelerated their career. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a big number.
Those are big. 94% of C-suits, CEO, CFO, CMO, executive high rank in a company, 94 play sports in uni, so up to the age of 22.
Yeah.
Those are big numbers, eh? And anybody who works in or who deals with people, we know how important social skills are. And frustration and perseverance and consistency. So yeah, I think it's worth another talk or 5 days of talking about this topic of the benefits of the hidden benefits of sports.
Nice title. That. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we should somehow be better.
I think. Wait, let me tell you, you do a great job with your 40-year-old, and I'm sure your 8-month little girl is already doing something. I'm sure you're working on something with her because also you have more experience. It's your second kid, but since your little girl was born, you were putting the seed of sports, of physical activity. Man, I've seen your little one at the age of 2 climbing better than bigger kids.
Probably. I mean, now the small one is right now in yeah, she just finished a CrossFit class. I mean, she's a spectator, but
doesn't matter.
She's been more in the CrossFit gym than many of the people that we know. So yeah, she definitely goes to the gym, and yeah, no, she has parents moving a lot, so
and
I kind of hope that.
Yeah, your older child is active, so it's going to be easier with your younger. You're setting those seeds. You're putting them, I think, in a really good path to play sports, to be active. And I don't think either from you or your wife they're going to hear, "Oh, no, you're gonna drop sports because you got to focus on your academics." I don't see those words coming from.
I don't think so.
Actually, I see more the other side.
They'll be like, I think you should do one more sport. No.
Totally.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's fun to watch how they develop and move and have fun with that, to be honest. So, wrapping up, almost 12 last time. But last question for maybe Delphi, the person. I know you're a very, fairly structured and good at setting goals or creating those habits for yourself. Do you have any like a big goal for the next 3-5 years? And what do you do every day to get there? What are the small things you do every day to get to that big goal?
Okay, that's a really good question. Since we know that we've been talking, there are things that we can control and things that we cannot control, and we've been talking about setting habits. My biggest focus right now is to be a better person, and that's going to expand and affect every aspect of my life. I like being very precise, and my specific thing is I need, and I would be happier with working on how present I am when I'm with somebody. My mind is, I'm not very good, or I haven't been that good, or I need to evolve a lot into actually giving the person in front of me or the situation in front of me my full attention. Showing up with my best energy, not with my energy from whatever happened to me in the morning or anything that happened that affect me. So my main focus right now in terms of habits is to be present, to keep gaining awareness on those habits, and then of course more concrete ones, or more more concrete. I would say volleyball related. We talk about this. We talk about communicating more often with families, doing a better job. I'm working on a workshop with the school, with the club parents.
Okay.
So communicating better And I have a book that I finished after all these little things. I hope, no, I hope, because hope I cannot control, but I can control having an editor or paying
Okay.
somebody to read it, to edit. There's a lot of mistakes there, and I love that process. And actually, at some point, publish something that I've been working on. So those are
Awesome.
the things that I think they're gonna keep pushing me in the direction of continue to enjoy and to love life. That's it. And at the end of the day, we have one life right now, and I want to continue to love life fully. And I think those things keep me enjoying life.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to read the book. Okay. So thank you for sharing all that, and especially giving some, real action. Like I'm doing this every day. And I think it's a very good one, like to be present because I feel like we miss it a lot lately. People present on one thing, and even more when it comes to humans and real relationships. Uh, yeah, I may copy that one.
I tell you, first of all, thank you for allowing me, and thank you for inviting me to this talk. I want to tell the people actually listening to this that I have big admiration for you, for what you built in your personal life, for the risks and chances that you took. Spain is a great country to live, but you have emigrated not once, twice, okay, to actually find the life that better suits you. And as an immigrant myself, I have deep admiration for that risk that you took, for the person that you are, for the two kids that you're raising, for the family that you have built, for the community that you are building. So I think you said really nice things about me. Thank you. But it's a both sides way. It's mutual admiration, I think, in our case.
Totally. I mean, really appreciate all that you do and all that way of look at things and dig very deep into everything, and then the way to share with me and with everybody around. So thank you for that.
And maybe we can have
Really
another one in a
appreciate.
few, I don't know, at
We'll
some
see
point.
for
Okay.
sure. It was fun, right?
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you, Juan. Have
So,
a great day.
thank you, Delfi. You too, and see you hopefully very soon. Maybe in a couple of weeks. That's all.
Bye bye.
Oh wow, a special effect.
Yeah, yeah. Ah.